A courtroom bombshell left Diddy visibly shaken. His attorney couldn't have prepared for the footage that changed everything. The room fell silent as the judge processed the prosecution's words. Diddy's face drained of color, his legal team scrambling in hushed whispers. But it was too late. The moment the prosecution revealed video evidence involving a teenage Justin Bieber, the entire energy in the room shifted.
We are going to get started with something that Diddy and his lawyers knew was coming down the pike eventually, and now it has happened. A new indictment, it's called a superseding indictment. It really replaces the original one that the federal prosecutors had filed against him. And the big headline here is that now they are saying there are 2 more victims.
This wasn't just another lawsuit or allegation, it was something different. For the first time, the man who built an empire of confidence, power, and untouchability looked genuinely afraid.
Sean Diddy Combs reportedly underwent treatment in a hospital as he continues to await trial on sex trafficking charges. According to Page 6, the 55-year-old was transported from Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, the federal prison where he was sent following his September arrest, late January 30th to undergo an MRI and was then soon returned to police custody later that night.
To grasp why this moment was so devastating, we must rewind. Sean Diddy Combs, once the king of hip-hop, now faces a battle for his legacy, freedom, and possibly his entire empire. Multiple lawsuits, federal charges, and a tangled web of chaos have led to this point.
In the meantime, let's talk about the fact that Combs' co-defendant in a civil case, a case, by the way, that accuses him and this co-defendant, another A-lister, of rape. This guy is once again slamming the attorney behind the case, insisting that he be sanctioned for allegedly not doing his job. We're talking, of course,
whispers spread of a dark, predatory lifestyle, causing even Diddy's closest allies to distance themselves quickly. And amidst it all, Justin Bieber finds himself at the center of the storm.
Of course, about Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z, once again calling out attorney Tony Busby, calling out his character, more specifically into question, claiming that the Texas attorney's filings have, quote, substantial inaccuracies, and that there was a failure to properly investigate before filing. Now, we've talked about this before, but basically, a civil lawsuit was filed against Sean Combs on behalf of a Jane Doe who says that she was raped by Combs and another celebrity at a home after the Video Music Awards in 2000. She says she was just 13 years old when this happened. And weeks after the initial filing, Busby submitted an amended complaint naming Jay-Z as the celebrity who allegedly participated in this assault.
For years, speculation swirled around Diddy's strange influence over Justin Bieber, especially after Diddy's arrest in September. Fans began connecting the dots. Why was Bieber always seen with him as a kid? Why did Diddy speak about their time together like it was some secret rite of passage? Then came the resurfaced footage, a 2009 clip that quickly made its way online. In it, Diddy is seen boasting about spending 48 hours with 15-year-old Bieber, saying, "What we're doing, we can't really disclose," while grinning at the camera. Bieber, sitting beside him, plays along, adding, "Let's just go get some girls." The clip sent shockwaves through fans, raising more questions than answers.
Those claims. Anyways, I want to also just show you this montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. Look at what a beautiful face. All right.
At the time, it seemed like an odd exchange between a powerful mogul and his young protege. But after the allegations against Diddy erupted, that clip began to take on a much more sinister tone.
Justin Bieber turned 15, and it suddenly seemed that Hollywood was keen to almost initiate him. I think that's the right word. Like there was almost like this initiation that he needed to go through. So I want you to be now super uncomfortable and watch this video of an interaction between him and none other than Diddy. Take a listen.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours?
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
He signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Then, the unthinkable occurred. In the courtroom, the prosecution's attorney presented a video so significant that Diddy's legal team immediately objected. But it was too late. The judge allowed the footage to be shown.
So young Justin Bieber, who was signed by Usher, involved with Scooter Braun, now all of a sudden he's being put in the hands of Diddy, who, it is true, he became the legal guardian for Usher. You can look up all of the allegations of what Diddy did to Usher. A lot of this coming out via multiple lawsuits that essentially, if we were to put it in a nice context, or at least use a euphemism for something that's really disgusting, the allegations are essentially that Diddy very much initiated Usher into Hollywood. And as we are going through these lawsuits and Diddy is in prison, we are recognizing that everybody knew. This was an open secret about what Diddy was doing. So it just begs the question, who allowed Justin Bieber to be in the presence of this man knowing what he was up to? Allegedly up to. That seems to be very clear that there is some veracity to those claims.
For years, Bieber has avoided questions about his early career, mentors, and the industry figures who shaped him. However, since Diddy's legal troubles began, Bieber has quietly made moves that suggest he's distancing himself from his past and those connections.
Now, the defense wanted copies of these videos handed over to them. Not just the ability to view them at like the prosecution's office, they wanted copies of these videos for themselves. And I've talked to lawyers about this before. There's a big advantage to having the electronic video, the electronic evidence yourself, right? You don't have to always go over to the other office. You can view the materials on your own. It's a way to better prepare for your defense. And Sean Combs' lawyers argued that under the federal rules of criminal procedure, if the defendant asks for it, the government has to give a defendant the opportunity to inspect and to copy electronic data that is in the government's possession. Judge Subramanian denied the defense's motion to amend the protective order, but without prejudice, meaning this issue could be revisited. So Subramanian's order reads, quote, "While the government objects to handing the videos over, they provide several options for a defendant to consider that would permit the defense to view the videos, access the information they're looking for, and even allow them to manipulate the videos as they see fit."
First, Bieber unfollowed Usher, a small gesture, but significant since Usher introduced him to Diddy. Then, he cut ties with Scooter Braun, his longtime manager and the person who was meant to protect him within the industry. Both moves raised major questions.
Justin Bieber's got more on his mind than Diddy's arrest. A source telling ET the new dad's energy is going towards wife Haley and son Jack. And he's not focused on what is going on with Diddy or the allegations against him.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
The insider info coming after footage of Diddy and Justin resurfaced on social media. Videos showed the disgraced media mogul alongside teenage Justin, with online sleuths speculating if, at the time, he subjected the pop star to his alleged freak-off.
On Saturday, January 4th, fans noticed Justin and his controversial manager, Scooter Braun, had stopped following each other. It was later confirmed that Justin had blocked Scooter, as his name disappeared from any tagged photos and Scooter's likes on Justin's posts vanished, despite liking a photo just a week before. But Justin wasn't the only one distancing himself. Haley also joined in, blocking Scooter as well. Fans began to connect the dots. Soon after, resurfaced interviews added to the puzzle. Bieber had spoken about the struggles of being young in Hollywood, the people who failed him, and the trauma he's still processing. One viral moment stood out. Bieber, visibly emotional, spoke about wanting to protect young stars like Billie Eilish from the horrors of the industry. Suddenly, that clip hit a lot differently.